Are you going places or left behind because you don't have a travel companion? Listen to how you can travel more independently. Dr. Travelbest will bring you the best answers, tips, and hear mistakes so you can benefit.
Welcome to Dr. Mary Travelbest's Independent Travel Guide. This is for women who travel, who want to travel, and especially for those who want to travel independently. What's on your bucket list? I'll help you get there. I'll respond to your travel questions as well as share my mistakes and missteps in travel because I've made just about every mistake. You don't have to. I wrote and published the world's first guide to independent travel with travel experiences to share so you make your trip the very best, like Travelbest. In this episode, the FAQ is, when's the best time to plan a trip? And the destination is Michigan. My mistake is spinning around off the highway on ice, and the tip is making copies of your passport. So the FAQ, when's the best time to plan a trip? I like to plan my trip on the way home from the last one. It just makes sense when you can do that. You've got that last bit of energy and excitement from where you've been. So take a few minutes to put together a plan and then start researching why you'd want to go there and when. From there, it's up to you on getting the plan moving forward. You don't always need someone to plan with you. You can just plan your own trip, you know. It will be fun once you get going and start believing that you're really going. Today's independent destination is Michigan. That's right, the state of Michigan. It's a beautiful place to visit. It's a paradise, especially in the summer with Lake Michigan. So some places to remember forever, like the dunes, those sand dunes, and going sailing. And what about Mackinac Island? You can visit that island. You can stay in the Victorian Grand Hotel, like from the movie Somewhere in Time. And you can imagine that you are on the front porch with Christopher Reeve. The island has only 500 residents year-round, but plenty of travelers in the summer, and almost no cars on the island, which is mostly a nature preserve. Well, then we've got Detroit, the Motor City. It's got a lot of great things to explore. I remember visiting the RenCen when it first opened. It's 7 interconnected buildings, and they give free tours most days. GM is headquartered there. Cars are the stars. Auto shows are great. It's also Motown City with some phenomenal music. Last year, I went through Detroit's airport and found it really easy to get around. I went walking through the tunnels. It was a very colorful experience because they had murals that moved, and so did I. So there's also Windsor, Canada. It's right across the border from Detroit. And yes, you can cross easily for free. Now, skiing is great in Michigan if you happen to be there in winter, but be sure you're protected from the elements. I also like the fall, very special colors there. I lived in Chicago, so I visited Michigan often. It's not too far of a drive, and the people in Michigan are really, really special. There's a lot to do from Manistee in the north to Grand Rapids further down south, and even Traverse City. I really like that. It's one of the most resort-like towns. Great to vacation in the summer. I've been there in winter too. Much different. Skiing's not so bad at Iron Mountain in the UP either. Now, if you're in Flint, don't drink the water. Another thing that's fun to do is go to the University of Michigan at Ann Arbor. Went to a football game there. You could just go and visit and say, "Go Blue." Today's mistake. I got stuck in the middle of the road in Indiana in a snowstorm. I got all twisted around and helpless. We were so scared. We didn't know how we were going to get out of that median. I think we eventually got a tow, and then we stayed in some 2-bit motel that night nearby. But I'll never forget, right after we made that icy stop, we were listening to a song by Jefferson Starship called Miracles. And it was really scary. It was a miracle that we were safe and were able to drive out of there. So don't drive on ice. Today's travel advice: make copies of your travel documents, especially your passport and your credit cards. So what would happen if you lose these? Don't make the mistake of being lost with no resources. Leave one set of copies home and bring the other one with you. Maybe take a picture of it with your phone. So thanks for sharing this edition of the world's first guide to independent travel with Dr. Mary Travelbest. And please share it with your girlfriends. If you want to know more, just search for drmarytravelbest.com, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and every podcast channel. Helping women travel best is my goal. So please send me your travel questions so I can help you and help others too. I'm looking for you to travel best. So let me know what's on your bucket list.
What's on your travel bucket list? Tell the doctor and her team of women who travel the world seeking the very best. Dr. Travelbest, that is.